Well, I think the beauty of Making Recovery Real approach is it touches everybody, from people that are experiencing mental health difficulties, their families and people that look after them, and the professionals or people involved in delivery service. I think that's the important thing.
And for me, it's definitely made me feel more confident about how I can draw on my own lived experience as a strength and as an asset in the work I do.
The difference it's made in my life has been massive, because I went from a state of almost zombie into somebody who can contribute to my community and make a real difference.
Which I very quickly realised there was a very different approach going on in Moray. Our partners were equal. We had people around the table with lived experience, and we weren't giving tokenism to people who were service users. There was a real engagement there, and that was the first time that I recognised that something was different. And since then, we've just gone on and grown in our relationships and in our very close partnership working.
And I would absolutely echo what Pam said around just how it feels different. Sometimes it's hard to put into words the tangible differences, but for me the outstanding thing is the change and shift in relationships and attitudes, and a sense and a feeling of hope and being inspired that we can try new things.
At the start of Making Recovery Real, there was about 8 disparate members of Moray Wellbeing Hub. We are now a social movement that has 220 plus champions in the Moray area, and we're a functioning social enterprise as well. Now, we might have got there eventually without Making Recovery Real, but without the Making Recovery Real partnership, that sense of diverse team, the support that we got, we'd never be in the strong position that we are today. It's people who are traditionally disempowered by strategic conversations. We are now mutual with our colleagues in health and social care and commissioned services. We are people who have experienced poor mental health, but we can now truly influence where we have to. We've got friends everywhere who will help us to make that happen. We support them and they support us. We don't always agree, but we don't have to. We work mutually together.
There was a huge range of lived experience in the room. There was a range of third sector and voluntary organisations, some of whom I hadn't been aware of until that day. And the style of the facilitations, the conversation cafe style, there was over 50 people came that day, but because of that particular style of facilitation, everybody was able to participate, everyone was able to contribute, everyone had their say.
It's always wonderful to feel part of a big team, a big supportive and strength-based team where you've got shared values. So that is how I feel about Making Recovery Real. It feels good.
Well, in addition, I think to my professional role, I think I am a resident of Moray. My family's a resident of Moray. So what I think it benefits me is that anyone that and I have had family members that have had contact with mental health services, I know that they are able to should receive a service which is actually predicated on recovery and on them as a person.
Because we are all people and we're thinking about things differently, and we're thinking about what does something feel like for us. So that's quite exciting as well to really see some of the language changing and the dynamic changing as well.
The people who make strategic decisions listen to us and value our opinions, and that's because with the help of the SRN, we can talk the same language.
Traditionally, when we engage people who use services, we engage them in a transactional way, whereas in our Making Recovery Real approach, we're actually working with, and I would never make a decision without, having that discussion and, or that suggestion coming from, our people with lived experience or through Making Recovery Real.
When I look back at the now 5 years plus, or around 5 years since the launch of MRR, MRR in Moray. The first thing I noticed still here, very often when these grand ideas, they get up ahead of steam, they add some value, but then it disappear. That's not happened to making recovery real in Moray. It's now part of how Moray responds to fostering good health and responding to elder. It's part of the machinery, if you like, of Moray's response to helping people stay better.